Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Grand-Georges Thierry. I'm the CTO of the Rail Group. And I will present you the Rail Vision's IoT platform we developed to monitor our machines. I will start by a short introduction and detail you the technology, technical principle we use to develop this IoT platform. And I will take the last recent use case on ITER cranes to show you how we are able to implement it on an existing INC architecture of the machine. And I will conclude about the opportunity of future of the Rail IoT platform. So Rail design and manufacture several complex machines involved in a sensitive process, where a machine failure could affect directly the safety and the performance of the process. It is the case in nuclear domain application. You see on the right the refueling machine used to load and unload the core. In the middle, it is a multi-stud tensioning machine used to open and close the nuclear core cover. And on the left, the ITER crane. So the design of this machine must be safe, reliable, in order to limit as much as possible the process downtime and operating cost associated. That means we have to secure the maintenance of this machine to be able to say that they are secure and safe to achieve their roles, their performance. We have also to anticipate the maintenance, and to secure the maintenance, first we are able to deliver a secure and reliable diagnostic. And to anticipate the maintenance, we need to be able to predict the failure before, predict the event before the failure occurs. And we can say that today the current conventional solution, corrective and preventive maintenance, don't allow us to achieve these requirements. So in this context, Rail have been engaged for several years in a R&D topic to develop its own online service platform dedicated to its customers to provide them factual and reliable data regarding their machine condition in order to anticipate the maintenance. That means to be able to deliver data to the people to make a quick maintenance and to have a good troubleshooting. To optimize the production, this data will allow to generate performance KPIs, which is the key input for the global continuous improvement process. To improve the quality, so this data is able to generate some KPIs that allow to detect any deviation of the machine compared to a nominal reference, and like this to improve the safety and the quality level of the machine. And then to develop skills, that means this data which allow us to have a feedback or how the operator drives the machine in order to give opportunity to Rail to improve the design, in particular regarding HMI, maintenance tools, etc. So this is the main purpose of the Rail Vision IoT platform. 3 levels of intelligence are available. They are linked together, and you have to start that and to finish by this one. First, it is monitoring. The monitoring, I will say, it's only the display of the data coming from the machine, factual and reliable data, to show some status of the machine. And then you have the analysis level. So we analyze the data we collect from the machine in order to define some specific KPIs. Sorry. To monitor the machine behavior. And the last level, called predictive, the idea is to give some KPI we consider to predict even before the failure occurs in order to be able to repair it and to don't impact the process, downtime, and the operating cost associated, while improving the safety and quality level of the machine. This is a general view of the IoT platform. We have three main parts. The first one is equipment data. Its role is to collect the data from the machine, whatever this machine is equipped with a PLC or not. So we are able to collect data on the machine using hardware logic, for example. The second part is the platform itself with three main sub-parts. The first one is to manage the data. That means to store, to decode, to classify, and to secure them. And then the analysis of the data depends of the level of intelligence you choose. And then to prepare to visualize and display the data. And the last part is SaaS, the software as a service, which allows to animate all the data, to generate the dashboard on the web and surface on our IoT platform. And also to allow some secure access from a tactile tablet or mobile phone on the left. One important requirement taken into account during the design it is cyber security requirements. We start by using a proven technology to develop the IoT platform, but also to use tailored policy to be able to secure the data, to code and decode them, while keeping the confidentiality, integrity, and consistency of the data. And finally, we put in place a dedicated teams, first to be able to take the different cybersecurity requirements coming from different clients, but also to be able to improve continuously the level of cybersecurity of IoT platform, face to the constantly evolving of the cybersecurity risk. And now, how to connect to the Real Vision IoT platform. So we define three different ways. The first one is remotely. So the data are collected from the machine and sent directly to the Real expert network, offering advanced analysis and benchmarking for process optimization and remote maintenance support. The second way is on-premise. That means we display the data we collect from the machine only on the client premise. For example, in the main control room of the client for client supervisor to give us some indicator related performance, safety of the machine. And finally, the last way is locally, directly on the machine. So we are able to collect tactile tablet or mobile phone directly on the machine to have all information to secure troubleshooting, to secure diagnostic, and to repair quickly the machine. This last way is generally used when the cybersecurity requirement is very high. So we are limited to this type of connection to the IoT platform. This is a general arrangement of the dashboard and the different indicators we are to display on this on the IoT platform. So you have, for example, the equipment status, temperature analysis. So we have different form and color, and we are able to arrange these different bricks according to specific requirement from the client, color, type of animation, so temperature here some percentage relating the availability of the crane, etc. So we are able to move and also to export data to use it after with another tool to optimize the quality of the data. So this is the general dashboard, and now I'm talking about the use case. So it is we implement the IoT platform on the ITER cranes. ITER cranes is a very huge crane, 750 tons. We have 2 cranes with maximum capacity, lifting capacity of 1,500 tons. They are installed in a tokamak hall and used for lifting of general assembly for tokamak construction, installation, operation, and maintenance. And you see on this picture the handling of the cryostat thermal shield before putting it in the core. So you can imagine that this type of handling operation is very sensitive and require for the crane in charge of this operation a high level of safety, availability, and reliability. It is why we propose to our client to connect both cranes to our IoT platform, Real Vision IoT platform, in order to be able to secure the maintenance activity before the operation, to secure information about reliability. Currently, the data are coming from the maintenance teams are not enough reliable and comprehensive. The platform will help you to prevent any abnormal event before the operation, and will help us to deliver the best real expertise in case of failure during the operation. So this is the main objective of this connection. In summary, it is to secure the operation done by the client of ITER. So from these general requirements, how we do to implement the IoT component inside the existing INC architecture of the crane. So you see in between the red line the new component. As we saw just before, it is the equipment data. Its role is to collect data from the machine. It's composed with a coupler and a specific gateway here, and directly connected to the existing PLC of the crane. Two important points to align here. It's first that the main data we want to display on the screen are available in the code source of the PLC. So we didn't perform any modification inside the code. We just make them available into a specific exchange table inside the software. And the coupler, its role is just to collect the data from the table exchange and to sell to the IoT platform. That means he has only a read access to the PLC. So the two important points is very important to justify to our client that first, we didn't need any modification inside the PLC, so we didn't degrade the level of safety of the crane. And second, we address correctly the cyber security because we have only a read access from here, so we justify clearly and that we cannot modify the software from the coupler. So we gather all these risks into a specific no regression risk where we perform a data analysis to address all these risks and to justify to a client that at the end we keep the same safety and performance levels for the cranes. So it is very important for the client. This is the view of the main information we collect from the machine, from the PLC. It is a first step. Of course, we can modify and add some data inside. So the first one is a functional status of the machine, power on, power off, stop by fault, stop by only operator, etc. The mechanical stress monitoring of the crane, the different time using different movements, the load status, a summary table. All the faults are warning, are monitoring with categorization. This means functional and operational. Operational is related to operator error. It is important to record this type of fault because it could generate at the end a specific requirement for training from the client, as we can detect that finally the operator doesn't use correctly the machine. We record also all the status of the machine, operating mode, the load, the position of different movement, and the speed. And we have also decided to record the zoning. That means where the crane are often used inside its circulation area. It is a specific requirement for the client. Just here, it is an example to show you how we build the KPIs from the data we collect. So I take this functional status. We have different information, different data, the crane moving time, the working time, the stop time, etc. And we are able to elaborate some important KPI by just mathematical relation. The load KPI, it's a working time divided by operating time. And we apply the same method for availability KPI, performance KPI. So from the data collected from the PLC, we are able to elaborate different KPIs, which help finally the client to estimate the reliability, availability of the machine. So this is the general dashboard for our client ITER. So it is based on the standard we developed for the IoT platform. We decide with the client how to display the form and the different bricks we have to put on the dashboard in order to be sure that all the data KPI are easily readable and understandable from for the user of the platform. So as I said just before, it is also allowed to export all this data for another analysis with other software. We are able also to implement some specific dashboard following specific client requirements. So for example, the zoning, we are able to show where the machine is often used, maybe to identify or to require a specific maintenance of a part of the building, the runway, etc. This is also another dashboard to show the different type of alarm and fault detected, and you can see easily that this fault occur often. So we have to do something. So this display can introduce a decision to do something, to do a specific maintenance, to change a component very quickly. So this is specific dashboard we are able to design according to specific requirement to our client. So as a conclusion from this use case, what are the next steps for the next IoT project on a real machine, also on other, because we are able to implement this IoT platform on machine which are not designed by real. The first step is specification. So it's very important with the client to define clearly what are the IoT challenge he wants to address. Of course, we can help the client to write this specification to be sure that at the end he will take advantage of the real IoT platform by exploiting the full potential of the machine data, depending on the level of intelligence it chooses. Second step is how to implement the platform, all the components inside the INC architecture. So you can see on ITER that we are able to propose the best technical solution and the most relevant modification in order to, at the end, take first the specific cybersecurity requirements of the client while keeping the same performance and safety level of the machine. Third, based on a 75-year-old experience, we can support the client to define the correct level of intelligence, the more appropriate regarding the machine, the process he has, in order to fulfill its specific availability requirement, and also to propose him some specific, I would say, smart tools, intelligence tools, used to predict failure based, for example, on electrical current motor or vibration, temperature, etc. So we have this type of tool to predict failure or even on the machine. And at the end, the client will have access to the Real Vision platform, which provide him access to a multi information from his machine with the real experience network, offering advanced analysis for process optimization and remote maintenance support. In order, at the end, as I said just before, improve performance, maintain and improve skill, connect area of expertise, and optimize the process. Thank you very much for your attention.